decent water deck. More focused on a water boom. He doesn't have the attack cards. So contesting water is going to be difficult for them, given the deck, Kinesi's deck. Let's see, Kaiser has both, offshore support and improved warship. So the French team of Kinesi and Kaiser Klein is going to be well positioned to fight on the water if it comes to that point. This wall didn't get finished. I'm not quite sure what he's continuing to build his wall, but he didn't finish this side of it. So we'll see what happens. Forward blockhouse coming up here. Kinesi's moving his covered wagon that you get with the H2 for Portugal. Every Portugal age you get a covered wagon. It's the Civ bonus. Quite aggressive with that. We'll see how far he goes up here, but probably wants to control this choke point in the water here. Maybe build another dock there. He's got one dock here, one dock here. Kind of moving towards the Indian team's side of the map, which is interesting. Blockhouse is down. We'll see where the Japanese player is going to choose to build if he does build forward. 5 Cossack on the way. See what he can do with these. He might be able to pick off Kaiser's Explorer. Nope, he turns around. The covered wagon. Wow, the covered wagon is so far forward. I wonder if he saw that with this house in the line of sight. He did turn his Cossacks around when he walked by there, so I wonder if he must have seen some kind of blue flash up there. I probably thought it was an Explorer or something if he didn't see it. The Great Wall continues to come up, and Kaiser's out with 5 Hussar. So right now we're going to see 5 Hussar and 5 Cossack dance around and see what can happen. Japanese player is still continuing just to boom. He's got 600 wooded now, so we should see a decision on a military building here shortly. They see the Hussar based on the shrine, so they know what they're up against. Kinesi walling, probably going heavy boom, walled in FI, and Kaiser double stable behind this. And that's interesting. Should have quite a mass of cav out if he can support that. Muskets out now for the Russian player. Let's see if these 5 Hussar can get anything done. There is a barracks in base. That's interesting. Obviously, they don't have any intentions of being very aggressive. Going to get some swings in. Good job getting his Vills in so far. Doesn't lose any. Taking damage on Hussar. See, yep, he's going to bring these 5 Cossacks back. Let's see if he goes for the low HP Vill. Not quite. He's going to lose. Does lose 1 Vill. And he split the town center fire up onto 2 of these Hussar. See if he gets a snare. Oh, he does get a snare on 1 cav. We'll see if Kaiser. Yep, Kaiser splits the rest. Oh, he tries to get them to sprint out. Now he's got the snare on 2. Should be okay. Here come the muskets down in the base. Good micro by Kaiser there, trying to pull away. Good control by Kaiser. He pretty much had 3 1/4 of a Hussar against 5 Cossack, and he's going to come out on top with 3 Hussar left. So it shows you the power of micro there. And now these muskets are way too far under this TC, and they're going to get slaughtered by the cav plus the town center fire. And I don't think he did any. I missed it, but I don't think he did any damage. Meanwhile, Kinesi has got his 2 caravels out. Japanese players trying to put down a tower to cover his docks. It's not going to happen. There is 1 Fune out. It's not going to take a fight against those 2. More raiding coming in now. He's going to potentially pick off this Japanese hero if he's not paying attention, and he's going to. So they're going to put an end to the shrine building for now. Looks like he's got a pretty well. He's got a decent amount of shrines on the map, but nothing like he would like to. He did commit a lot of wood into these docks. He's got 3 docks. He started to build that castle, so he sacrificed shrines to do that. He's losing the docks. He really needs to get at least 3 level 1 warships out to kind of deal with this, and he's still not going to be able to get close to this area because the TC fire is so powerful against boats. Meanwhile, behind this, Kinesi is in great position. He's starting to flood the water with boats. He's totally walled in. this cav from Kaiser are just causing all kinds of problems. The muskets from the Russian muskets are just weak enough that they, even in the bayonet mode, they really can't contend with a large hussar mass. And the Japanese player has 1 Rax, but he hasn't made any units. And at this point, the French team is in such a commanding position right now because of the way this game started. You know, I almost think they should commit to trying to control the land. I don't think at this point, now that I say that, there's quite a bit of warships here. They're going to have to be able to kill this TC in this area if they want to have a chance. Kaiser's up, going up to the 3rd age. He's got Cav HP coming in. Going to get 1 more Vil. And he's just, you know, it's not that he needs to kill any Vil, it's the fact that he's causing all this idle time. He's forcing the activity of both players to chase these Cav around. Meantime, Kinesi's just booming away, controlling the sea, and that's really what matters on this map. So the strategy where Kaiser kind of harasses, Kinesi booms, is paying off so far. And here comes the water fight. The 2 caravels come in. They don't get any shots on, and one of them is going to go down before they even gets a shot off. Not very well timed out, even though there is 5 Japanese warships here. They didn't time this out well, where they could have both came in together, focused down the caravels from Kinesi, but they're pushed away. 1 caravel did live, but now see if Kinesi targets the low HP, puts his broadside off on the other caravel, and he's going to get, almost got both of them. But again, I mean, look at the position where they're fighting. Look where all Kinesi's fishing boats are. Not really a threat to his eco. And he has this town center, so he's going to have an advantage. Kaiser continuing to just be super annoying with these hussar. No pressure on their eco. Japanese player has 5 Ashy, 6 Ashy, and it's not really doing much. He's focused on trying to kill the sea, and he's been totally unsuccessful at doing that. Kaiser just continues to run the hussar around. Starting to siege down some shrines in the middle of the map. Be curious to see when he ages up if he chooses to go for 2 Falcons and try to push this out this blockhouse, cleans up these shrines so he can continue to hunt here. He's going Cav combat, so he's fully committed to the Cav, and his Cav are going to be very strong with the attack and hit points from those cards. More action on the water. Towers up now from Kinesi. He's going to have 3 towers up plus the town center, and it's getting to the point where this position is going to be pretty much impenetrable. He's got to improve warships, and if he chooses to go for coastal defenses or improve advanced dock, it'll be even harder to control. Dangerous position here for Kaiser's Vils. Muskets coming in. Might be these 5 Cav with the 2 upgrade cards may be able to break even here, but with the blockhouse so close and the reinforcements coming, it's not a fight he really wants to take. He's probably got the veteran upgrade coming in. At this point, they're so far ahead. Yep, there's the veteran upgrade that he can just walk away with these Vils. He can just go in behind Kinesi's wall at this point. It'll take some time for these muskets to siege down the wall, even with the low HP in the patch. Now, 10 veteran Huss, 2 stables here, so there's going to be more Hussar coming out. And if the green player is too overcommits here, he's going to be right underneath these 2 stables when the Cav batch pops, and he's going to lose all those muskets for nothing. More Hussars coming out. Japan player is continuing just to try to play C, aging up now to the 3rd age. He'll have access to a couple more boats, but Kinesi's also up, so it's going to be break even there. And with Kinesi's upgrades, and now he's bringing in coastal defenses, which is going to make this area virtually impossible to kill from the sea. They're going to need to push that from the land. And at this point, where these muskets are positioned, he's not going to be able to easily get back to this area. Kaiser's just going to use his goons and his hussar to just poke at these muskets. And these Ashy just walking in, not paying attention, controlling them. They're all going to go down. And we're gonna, the Indian team's got to make something happen here. I mean, look at Kinesi's spread with his boats. He's got 91 villagers. His food and gold income is flowing in very quickly. Kaiser's up to 63 vills. That's pure vill eco, no boats. So their combined team eco potential is quite large. Screen is being active with these muskets. He's just not going to find any damage. He may have an opportunity to clean up some of these villas on this gold mine, but it's just not going to happen. The mobility of the cav and the dragoons can just pick away at these muskets. If Kaiser really wanted to commit to a fight, he could, I think, at this point with the upgrades that he has on his cav. But I think their strategy is kind of just to annoy and let it happen. Okay, Kinesi's got quite a large water fleet here, and I think he'll be able to clean this whole area up. Two down. Kinesi's boats are just so much stronger. And he's not even really microing them. Doesn't even need to micro them. Cav coming in, working on the blockhouse. Musket's coming in from the back, trying to pinch it. I'm not sure it's going to matter. The Japanese player has invested so much into this water, and he just got totally wrecked. His investment was all for nothing. That's a lot of wood to invest, and being that wood is such a slow gathering resource, I don't know how you can ever come back from that. Maybe one more volley on there. Take down the blockhouse. Yep, there it goes. A lot of vills in there. He does deny a TC up here with the flaming arrows, but at this point, the Japanese player having a military is too late. Some Ashi pop out. Again, not going to matter. Kinesi's just steamrolling them on the water. Kaiser's got the mobility advantage over the muskets. Are much slower. More goons coming in. Continuing to drag their units all over the map. Double batch of Hussar coming out now. Let's see if he chooses to take this blockhouse down or he comes back in. I think he knows these vills are in this area because they were in the blockhouse when he took it down. A couple of Flaming Arrow and Yumi from the age up left. Not really going to matter. At this point, if Kaiser just runs his cav, gets back to his main, and he's just ran their whole army around the map. Well, Kinesi's now established docks on this side with 2 towers. He's got the whole water surrounded. He did get 1 castle up, but I don't really think that's going to matter at this point in time. If he could have got the castle up at his docks, it certainly would have been a lot more helpful. Kaiser now has got the arsenal upgrades coming in. He's continuing to pump Hussar. He's cleaned out this blockhouse. And Kinesi now is going to start GG. So, pretty one-sided game, but I thought it was pretty interesting to watch, given Kinesi's penchant for water play and seeing him play water heavily in a team game. So, 1-0 for Team France, and we'll get to the next game. Again, these games are all part of Strong World, which is being hosted on ESO-community.net. If you want to represent your nation or represent a clan or some combination of both, head over there. The sign-ups are always open. It's an ongoing league. We do have a prize pool for this season. Right now it's at $100. We'll be taking any donations. We can upgrade that pool, hopefully draw some more high-level players to participate in the Code S portion of the event. If you want to donate, there's a link down below. All the donations from these streams will go towards the prize pool 100%, and we'll post the top donators list whenever we can. Twitch alerts is on, so if you want to spam me with something that pops up on the screen, make some jokes, go for it. So, game 2, High Plains is the map. The Team France is the same players. This time Kinesi's playing Japan, which I would say is his strongest land civ. And Kaiser is playing German, which is definitely his strongest civilization. And for Team India, we have Orgi is German, and Russia is French. So I'd say it's a pretty fair matchup. Both players have a German, and French and Japan is kind of a toss-up. Both have their strengths in team games. Both have strong ecos. Kinesi off to a great start, getting 80 wood treasure. He already got his market down. He's getting his consulate down, so his eco is going to be quite strong right away. Shrine Wagon's out scouting. Kaiser also with the market. I'm assuming it was a 100 coin start, or he would have got a TP, I think. Markets on both players for Team India. So Kinesi's going with Team Shinindo, which is essentially like a team eco theory, boosts all the resources at a slightly lower percentage. So no Heavenly Kami, so we're not going to expect a hard Shrine boon. Seeing this card come in first, I would think that these players are going to be aggressive. If they were going to play a passive game with walls, I think he would go Kami first. And now he's going for a TP. This is really interesting. I think we're going to see quite an aggressive play from Team France here. Let's check out his deck. He does have 5 musket, so we could see a 5 musket ship. I doubt it. That's probably a little too aggressive in a team play. He should focus more on eco, either 600 wood to get some shrines going. He still will need some population space, pay for some more market upgrades, etc. Let's take a look at Kaiser. Pretty standard deck, I would say. A lot of Fortress Age military shipments, so maybe we'll see an FF out of him, or some kind of semi. Focus on the trade route and get up for semi-FF. On the other side, it's a pretty similar deck for the German player, who is going up with 18 bills. And the French player, yeah, a lot of these decks look pretty well crafted for more of an aggressive 2v2. Not quite as many eco and team cards as in a 3v3. I'm going to continue to look at Kinesi's point of view just because I think he's the most interesting player in this game. Not due to talent or anything, just his play style is very, very fascinating to me, and I enjoy watching him play. Forward Ville here that I picked up at the treasure. Let's see if he's going to bring that back, so I don't think he's going to use that to forward. And Orchard Rickshaw. Interesting. Still scouting with that. Hasn't put it down yet. He doesn't need to. He has this Orchard Rickshaw with a significant amount of food in it, and he doesn't have enough villagers around it that they're blocking each other, so no worries about using this to scout. Just has to be careful he doesn't lose it. Kami coming in now as a second card, so maybe we are going to see some kind of boom heavy style here from French team. Forward Ville here near the TP from Team India. Let's see what Kaiser is going to do when he gets up. Switched over right around 125 wood. Seems to be pretty typical. Probably going to see a stable, steel traps maybe. Actually starting to make a wall. This is pretty interesting. Wonder what they have cooked up here in this game. Kinesi shrining, trying to shrine the hunts over here and be annoying. This is going to be a hunt that does come into play. I'm assuming he scouted this hunt. He hasn't started herding it in yet, but if he chooses to go this way and Kinesi has a couple of his animals locked up, that is going to be annoying. Native scout running around. I wonder if he saw these walls. Kaiser's starting to herd back. There's the stable. Quite a defensive building placement around this mine. So I think he's expecting pressure. He's trying to defend being able to gather this mine. He doesn't really have a... He can get this hunt probably back here. Yep, he's working on that now. So when he gets this hunt here and this mine, he's going to be able to gather pretty well defended. Aggressive play, though, on the Japan player, and Kinesi's walling quite well in front of his main. Barracks from the French player, stable from the German player, so probably double musket cav. Maybe Expo pike. Nope, he's on heavy on gold. Must be musket. He does seem to be gathering quite a lot of gold, though. Kaiser with the first batch of cav coming out. Kinesi, no military building yet. He's got 600 wood coming in, so probably going to see the slower military kind of make a 1 or 2 racks on 600 wood, which is pretty typical Japan style play. Continuing to be very active gathering treasures, which is nice. Shrining still as best as he can. Kaiser's first 5 Ulans coming out, going to look to raid. See if he tries to close this wall out or they leave this choke point here. If they can force their opponents to come into this choke point and get them from both sides, that could be pretty advantageous. Both teams 2 TPs, so no one's really taking the lead in the trade route right now, and no incentive yet for any team to commit hard on Stagecoach. 3 cav coming in here, just trying to get into raid. Meanwhile, Kaiser's he's got 2 sets of Ulan series, trying to raid. May be able to get 1 Vil. He's going to get at least 1 Vil. Over here, he's controlled well. He's going to saves both his Ulans there. 3 these Ulans in the back from green are caught by his freshly made Ulan from his main. 10 musket of the teal player coming in now. 4 cav had to come back to defend here. Continues to raid on both sides, being very active. Good multitasking from Kaiser. Chasing down raids in his main, raiding both players simultaneously. Kinesi's just shrining the map, defending, getting his eco rolling. So great complementary style here. The fact that Kaiser's so active with his cav is drawing the attention of, for sure, the green player, and I think that because the green player's focus is taken away, the teal player, Cyan, is afraid to commit on his own. Sees a TC, see if he loses 1 cav, and he gets the snare. He's got more cav here, so if he turns and fights, could be pretty good for Kaiser. He can clean up 5 of 6 Ulan there. French player does take down a shrine. At this point, Kinesi's just going to rebuild it. His eco is rolling. He's got so many shrines on wood that they're almost reproducing themselves as fast as they can get taken down by the siege of the musket. He's going to lose his monk. That's going to be annoying, but all these cav are going to get cleaned up here. And Kaiser, double stable up now. He's pretty much broken even on the cav count. He does have 5 more coming out. None yet from green player. And now Kinesi's got double Ashi coming in, plus his consulate Bistieros. Musket's coming back to try to defend this. The 5 cav pop out. They are going to get away. Kinesi barely gets his Ashi queued in there. Almost missed the batch and only got 1 out from each. Kaiser, this scout placement is great. He's got vision of all this area. He knows where the gathering is happening. Kinesi running away here. He's going to just get back behind his wall, and he'll be safe. Kaiser continuing to raid. Just be annoying. Force the green player to go back to defend. Kinesi's going to save his scout. So he will be able to continue to shrine. Notice how he has not shrined these hunts. And this is a common mistake that I see a lot of Japanese players make in team games. They tend to shrine these hunts that are close to their main, but they're also close to their teammates. And really what you're doing is you're taking away your teammates' safe hunts. You really want to focus on shrining the middle of the map and towards the opponent. So you can see Kinesi's got shrines here, and a lot in the middle. So he's not taking Kaiser's hunt, but he's keeping shrines that have animals on them, and he's both for vision and as an annoyance to the other team. Musket's getting in a dangerous place here, kind of commit in the middle. Look at this, Kaiser is quite a large cav mass. These muskets are in no man's land. Kinesi's going to be able to come in here and for sure take out the stable. If 5 cav pop out, he will clean those up. He'll be able to clean up even if he gets a 10 musket pop. And Kaiser's coming back with this cav mass. and it's like almost 3 times the size of the opposing German player's mass. At this point, the French team is in a dominant lead. Kaiser's rating in the beginning of the game was so good. Minutemen out sieging some shrines here, so the raids were getting so annoying that he forced him to call Minutemen. TP goes down. I expect Kaiser is going to replace that. He's got his hero there with him. Cav scouted by the shrines. Meanwhile, Kinesi's all over this forward base. He does have a stable rebuilt in the back, the green player. Barracks coming down at home. He probably should have come over here and built it in this vicinity. But he is aged up, so Dragoons in the current meta seem to be the great equalizer in team games. But he's going Barracks, so I would have rather seen a stable there. Try to get a goon mass out. Trying to get a raid in. Doesn't get anything. But now Kaiser knows where all his opponent's Ulans are. In the meantime, Kinesi's pushing away what's left of Teal's muskets, continuing to make Ashigaru. Kaiser can probably split up his Ulans here and just clean up the rest of this Cav threat. Meanwhile, Kinesi's going to push in, pretty much unstoppable at this point. Unless there's a huge skirm pop, I don't see how this army is going to be taken out anytime soon. And even in that case, the only thing that's going to stop the skirms is these Ulans, which Kaiser just cleaned up everything on their side of the map. He did get 10 out at home, but at this point, I think it's a little too late. Muskets coming in, getting picked off by the Ashi Mas. Still more Ashi coming in. Kinesi aging behind this, so even if he has to turn around in this push, they're so far up economically. You can see the whole time he was fighting and defending and Kaiser's been raiding, he's been active, rebuilding shrines all over the map, and now these Vills are in a really bad position, and Kinesi knows they're there. He just saw him walk through his line of sight. He's going to come over here, and once he gets on top of these Vills, this is going to be game over. That doesn't even come into play that Kaiser's got a ton of Ulan on that side of the map. Good raid here by the green player, trying to stay in the game. And that's how, if you're down like this, the only way you can really get back into the game is to try to harass your opponent's economy without losing your units. If he loses all these Cav, it's not worth it. But if he can save these Cav, and now he's getting into hand combat with Ashigaru, which is not good. If he could have got those Vills and got this Cav out, it would have been well worth that. But at this point, they need as many units as they can get. So if Kinesi right-clicks on this TC, they actually have a chance to stop it. Losing these Cav is not the way to do that. And now he might get boxed in here. Look at these 5 Ashi just being so annoying over here. Big mass of skirms here from the Teal player. But look at this Cav mass here from Kaiser. And now Kinesi's aged up. He's going to get the veteran upgrade for his Ashi. Look at that. If he sees these units here and he gets this Ashigaru on top of them, it's going to be bad. Big raid in the base of Teal. Now Black Rider's in for Kaiser as well. Skirm's trying to pick off the Ashi, but there is 5 Ashi here that are just working on these settler wagons. More Ashi here on top of the Hunts, and this game is shortly going to be over. And Orgi has resigned, and it won't be long before, yep, and there it is, GG. So, well played game there. Very impressed with Kaiser. He showed very good multitasking, kind of splitting up his rating, defending at home with his Cav, and let Kinesi do his thing as Japan, which, as a Japanese team player, it always feels good if you can just boom away and not have to make any military, let your team kind of hold you up, and then when your eco kicks in, you're pretty much unstoppable. So 2-0 for Team France. They get, I think, 3 points for that. I'll have to double check. I should know that. But they will be moving up in the standings, have some points on the board. First team to 12, or teams that get to 12 points qualify for Code S. And when Code S fills out with 4 teams, there'll be some more activity, a little more structured format with money on the line. So, as I said earlier, please donate. Let's grow this prize pool. Hope we can attract some of the big name players to come participate and help their nation out. So for now, that's it, and we'll get back here shortly. hopefully to figure out what's going to happen with USA against WAC. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in maybe about 25 minutes or so.